Hey folks, it's Greg and Janet with Strange RV Tours, and today we have a beer review for you. And the beer that we're going to be tasting is a Lone Pint Yellow Rose. Isn't that beautiful? That's a good looking bottle. Now, before we get started, I want to tell you guys that this is a IPA. It's also considered probably the top best IPA in the state of Texas. And it is a smash IPA, meaning that it is a single malt, single hop. So in today's new age world of brewing, where people are using 3-4 different types of hops to get the ultimate flavor out of their beer, Lone Pint manages to do the same thing with one hop. And actually they do it better than the others. Now, to be honest with you, I've had this beer a bunch of times. I love this beer. This is my all-time favorite beer. Absolutely love this beer. So, on the back of the bottle, this is what it says. Yellow Rose, a single malt, single hop India India Pale Ale using a caboodle of one malt and one hop. Whole cone is used for bittering, flavoring, and aroma, and the Kettler is also massively dry hopped. This brew is named after a Texas heroine who is not to be trifled with. Tasting notes: chalk white head with a very clean malt backbone. The hops impart pleasant grapefruit, pineapple, and blueberry flavor and aroma. A strong beer that is extremely quaffable, meaning drinkable. Ingredients: Pilsner malt, Mosaic whole cone hops, and house yeast. Lone Pint Brewery is a grassroots insurrection with the true beer lover in mind. We are dedicated to creating distinctive local Texas ales that are tasty, hoppy, and quaffable. We use raw, whole cane hops for bittering, flavoring, aroma, and dry hopping in our brews. However, an equally important ingredient is the renewable energy that powers our brewery. The spent grain is fed to a local dairy farmer's cows, and the spent hops live on in our beer. Craft Brewing is an American institution. Our brew house and tanks are from Nevada, our boiler from Pennsylvania, our kegging machine from California, our chiller from Oregon, and our mill from Canada. Close enough, eh? Point being, well, we've kept the love at home, doing our part to ensure that craft brewing will always remain an American institution. This is 6.8% alcohol by volume and 62 IBUs. Generally, an IPA, the ones that we tend to like best, the IBUs and the alcohol content kind of mirror each other. They're not too far apart. This is going to be a wonderful beer, I can tell you that right now. Let's open her up.
Yeah. You want to tell them the story about taking this to the manager?
Oh, yeah. I'll tell them that.
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh. Now, he's been searching for IPAs all through our travels. When he came across this one, he was amazed.
Why don't you hand me your glass over there?
Oh, you're hand me mine? Oh, okay. You want to do a traditional pour? That's good.
All right.
Nice
Big malty head on it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the first time I ever tried this beer, we were in Amarillo, and Amarillo has 2 or 3 really nice tap houses. We went to all of the tap houses there, and I was not happy with the brew that they were serving. They just didn't have a really good IPA. And then of all places, one night, a date night, we hadn't had pizza in a long time, so we thought, let's go to this pizza parlor. They're supposed to make their own pizza. It's supposed to be a really good place. Went there, and lo and behold, they had Lone Pint Yellow Rose on tap. First time I ever tried it, the first time I tasted it, I thought, wow, this is a very citrus IPA. A lot of citrus in it, and delicious. The next day I came back with my growler. Actually 2 growlers. I was going to fill up 2 of them, bring them back to our RV. They were already out. We were in Amarillo for another 2.5 weeks, and they never got another keg of it in. So we've been looking for it on tap ever since, and we finally found a place in I guess it would be Terrell, Texas, or Mesquite, Texas, and it's the Flying Saucer. So, all right, let's do a aroma test.
Oh, that's Garland. Yeah, that's Garland, Texas.
Okay.
All right.
Definitely get the grapefruit, pineapple. I don't get the blueberry. I don't get the blueberry in the aroma.
Somebody had mentioned blueberry before.
And I do get a bready aroma from it. All right, you ready to taste this, baby?
Yeah, I'm good. I just sipped. I'm trying to I just enjoy it. It doesn't have that huge bitter after forever taste. It's refreshing.
It has a nice color too.
Yeah.
It's kind of a golden, a deep golden color.
And I wouldn't call it a hazy.
No, I wouldn't either.
No, but
it does appear to be unfiltered though.
Yeah. But Tonopah. Well, Death Valley Brewery had a great IPA that you loved. Tonopah. No, it's
Tonopah.
Tonopah had another one that you really loved. And then this one, you came across this one. Does this beat the others?
Yes. Yes,
wow.
It does.
You think so?
The unusual thing about this beer to me, even though it's coming out of a bottle, it tastes like it's a draft beer. It tastes like it's coming straight out of the brewery. It's a very, very drinkable beer. Now, mind you, it is 6.8% alcohol by volume, so it is a strong beer. And this bottle is, let's see, how big is this rascal? 16.9 fluid ounces.
So it's a lot of beer.
So, yeah, and they come in 4-packs. And I believe you can get the 4-packs at Total Wine and More for $10.99. So it's good price.
He's actually drove into Dallas just to go get the beer. We had to call them ahead of time, make sure they had it. He bought all they had, didn't he?
Yeah.
They had what?
It's an hour and a half drive.
Four or five 4-packs is all they had. But
fantastic beer.
They make several different brews, but this one is awesome. You want me to pour it?
Absolutely. But it is a fantastic beer. And the story she was wanting me to tell.
Yeah.
We're staying out here in Canton, Texas, and they have a tap house here in Canton. And the first time that I went there, I didn't care for most of their IPAs. About the third or fourth time we went there, we found out who orders their beers for them.
Yeah, he's the manager, the bar manager.
And I told her about the Lone Pint Yellow Rose, and she wanted to try one. So the next time we were in Dallas, I picked up a 4-pack, brought her back one of the beers, and from what I understand, she really liked it. Now, we have not been back there since to see if they've added it to their beer list.
Beer menu,
But she was very excited to try it because she'd heard a lot about it.
Yeah, and she's not really into IPAs. I mean, sure, they had the Deep Ellum. They always have the Mosaic, the Deep Ellum. Those two, pretty standard there. Along with a bunch of ales and a big list. This is Craft 64 we're talking about. And they have a lot of beer, but not too many IPAs.
Yeah. Now, I am getting an aftertaste of a little bit of blueberry. It also, this beer, I've heard people say that it reminds them the aftertaste of a bubble gum. It kind of does it a little bit.
Why?
Just the flavor, you know, the
feeling in your mouth?
No, I think it was the flavor, the aroma. But I'm not getting that so much. But I am getting an aftertaste of blueberry. But one of the things that I really like about this beer, usually the higher the alcohol content, the more you taste the alcohol. And the more that you have to take sips of it rather than gulps. This is a very easy drinking beer. and I do not taste any more alcohol in this than I do just a generic bottled beer.
Yeah, right.
Very good beer. Very good beer.
Good. Cool label too. See the yellow rose in her hair right there. There's the magnolia because they're in Magnolia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty
Now,
neat.
we've spent 3 years on and off the road in our RV, traveling all over the country, and everywhere we go to as many breweries as we can. I love IPAs, so I always want to try the IPAs. This is the best IPA I've ever tasted. Now, on Beer Advocate or ratebeer.com, there's a few other beers that have gotten higher reviews. I've not tried any of those beers. So, that's going to be reflected in my review of this beer.
You give it what?
I'm at 1 to 100. I give this beer a solid 98. And I want to give it more, but I want to leave a little bit of room just in case I find one that I like better. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't.
This
to me,
to go to beer.
this is as close to a perfect beer as there is.
Really? Okay. I think it's wonderful. I think it's absolutely wonderful. I mean, it doesn't have that aftertaste. I keep saying like Budweiser or something, you know, like whatever. And it's not heavy. It's not making me belch. But and the flavor stays with you. My mouth is salivating. You know, and that's, I'll give it a good, well, I'd rather have that than anything else. I'll say a 95, 96. I mean,
great.
I mean, there's the Death Valley is really good.
Death Valley they make a very good beer, but it's not quite as citrusy as this.
Right.
And that's unusual because I usually don't like a real citrusy beer.
But it's got just the balance. It's balanced. That's it. It's
Absolutely
balanced.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And just be careful with this one, like I said, because it is 6.8% alcohol. And the first time you try it, it's addictive. I mean, it's like a good soda that you like, that you just can't stop drinking it. So what I've come to do is whenever we do go to Total Wine & More or somewhere that has this beer, I get 1 4-pack. Because I know if I get 3 4-packs, they're going to be gone in 2 days. So. But anyhow, folks, hope you enjoyed this review. Best beer I've ever had.
Yeah, I agree. But like I'll say 95 because I mean there's always room for improvement. I know there's going to be something else eventually. I'll say 95. That gives me room.
One more thing I should tell you guys. This brewery is based in Magnolia, Texas.
Yeah.
And it's a small brewery. And it was actually, the idea came about, I guess when the owner of the brewery was in college. He bought a small beer kit to make his own beer and really enjoyed making his own beer. He ended up getting a friend to kind of jump in with him, and they decided to start a brewery together. And we have not been to the brewery, but I've heard that it's more of an outdoorsy type brewery than being a big building inside. It's a very small brewery. And they do not overproduce this beer, so that's why it's hard to find sometimes in places. They want to keep the craft and the style. They don't want to diminish the flavors of the beer by going too big with it. So,
and it is in a can now too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I've had it, and it is every bit as good as the bottle.
Yeah, and it's got the same type of label on it. Yeah. So, he bought a 6-pack of that?
Yes, I bought a 6-pack for $12.99, I believe.
So that's a better deal. But they're 12 ounce. They're not 16 ounce.
Right.
So, I don't know.
About the same price per ounce.
It's good. It's good, y'all.
All right, folks. So we hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit all those buttons that everybody asked you to hit. And until next time, go have a great beer. Have a nice evening. And love your family. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
Strange RV tours will take you places With Greg and Janet's smiling faces, you might see a crazy flavored soda review or some tips to fix your RV too. So come along, won't you join us, friend, as we discover what's around the bend. Just sit right back in your easy chair. Strange RV Tours is on the air. Strange RV Tours is on the air.